Good morning, all.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, good morning, all. So we will start with our lecture. So in the last lecture, we have started with the types of pattern. In the types of pattern, we have completed single piece pattern, split pattern, and cope and drag pattern. These three types of pattern we have completed. Today we will see what is match plate pattern, follow board pattern, loose piece pattern, sweep pattern, and skeleton pattern. This type of pattern we will see today. So just to give overview, so first type of pattern is single piece pattern. When the object is very simple in size and shape, when it is easy to remove, then we go for single piece pattern. Okay, this object is very easy to remove from the molding side, then we go for single piece of pattern. If suppose object is difficult to withdraw from the molding side, like this shape or cylindrical shape, we cannot remove from the molding side very easily when it is made a single pattern, a single piece pattern like this. We are not able to remove this easily. So that's why we go for split pattern. What we do in split pattern, we cut this pattern into two parts. One part is in the drag and another part is in a cope, like this. And we can easily remove the pattern and we can make the cavity. So such type of parts is there, suppose cylindrical shape, then we go for split pattern for easily removing or easily withdrawing of pattern from the mold cavity. Then third type of pattern we have seen, that is cope and drag pattern. Okay, so what is cope and drag pattern? It is similar to split pattern because we have two different patterns. But what we do, we make the cope and drag simultaneously to increase the production of mold. Suppose this is the drag. This is the cope. Simultaneously, we prepare the mold in the cope and drag. Earlier, what we do in the split pattern, first we take the drag, then we prepare the mold in drag, then we keep the another piece onto this, we take the cope and then we make the cavity in the what, in the cope. So this is continuous process, which is split pattern. But in cope and drag pattern, continuously we are manufacturing drag and cope. Once we have manufactured cope and drag, then we combine it and we form the pieces. So to increase the production of mold, we go for cope and drag type of pattern. Okay, so these three patterns we have seen. Now the next is match plate pattern. So the purpose of this is increase the production. Same cope and drag pattern and this match plate pattern is used to increase the production. So in this, what we do here, it is the match plate. You can see this is the match plate. On one side of match plate, we have half part of the pattern. Here you can see, and on the other side of pattern, we have half part of the pattern. So on the same plate, that is match plate, we attach this pattern, that is split pattern, we attach to the same plate. So what happens? We take first drag, we pour the sand in drag, or we may do the inverted process also. Then what we do? We take the match plate. This is the match plate. On one side of match plate, there is half part of pattern. On other side of match plate, there is half part of pattern. Then we take the cope and again we pour the sand. Okay, so by adding the pattern, both the pattern on both the side of match plate, we increase the production. Okay, we reduce the time for matching this both the pattern. Okay, we already have match with the match plate, so that will reduce our time and we can increase the production. So it is the, you can say it is the combination of split pattern and cope and drag pattern. So this is the match plate. So the construction is simple, only there is a one addition of match plate. Okay, so both the side of match plate contains pattern. So that is match plate pattern, which is used to increase the production. That is the main purpose. Next type of pattern is follow board pattern. So what is follow board pattern? Suppose our product or final part shape is like this. So this part is very weak, or you can say it is very delicate. What happens when we follow the normal procedure? You can see here what we do in generally. On the plane surface, we keep our pattern. If suppose we have made the pattern, if our pattern shape is like this, suppose if our pattern shape is, this is our pattern, then what we do, we keep the box, that is suppose drag. Then what we do, we pour the sand. After pouring of sand, we ram this sand with the rammer. Suppose this is the rammer. We ram the sand. So as our pattern shape is very weak or it is very delicate shape, so what happens when we ram? So the chances of breaking pattern is possible while ramming the sand. When the part size is or pattern size is very weak, then chances of breaking the pattern is possible. So at that time, what we do, we use the follow board to support the pattern. So here you can see the follow board. So this is follow board. So we use it to support the pattern which are weak, and the chances of failure of pattern while ramming is possible. At that time, we use the follow. So then what we do, we use the drag. Here you can see the drag, and then we pour the sand, and then we go for ramming. Now, while ramming here, this part is supported with the follow board, so there is no chance of breaking. Here also you can see this is our pattern. Okay. And this is follow board, which is used to support this pattern. So while ramming, if suppose this board is not there, then chances of breaking of pattern is possible. So we use this follow board to support this when the pattern shape is very weak. So this is a follow.
Sir, will you please re-explain the function of rammer?
What we have, first we pour the sand, right? So there is a chances of air gap in the sand. To remove that air gap, what we do, we ram the sand with the help of rammer. So what will happen? The sand will get compacted and the strength of mold becomes high. Got it? When we just pour the sand, see here. So this is our drag, right? And this is our pattern. Let's suppose we want to make this mold here. To make the mold, we pour the sand into the drag. Now we have just poured it. So what happens? This is a loose sand. Okay, there is no strength through this mold. To have the strength to this mold, what we do? We use the rammer. And with the rammer, we press this molding sand. So what happens when we press? So it becomes compact and its strength increases. And whatever the air gaps in the sand is there, that will be removed by compacting. To make the good strength molding sand or mold, we go for rammer. Okay, to get the strength and to remove the air gap. To remove that.
So then why don't we use that rammer in other
patterns? In every
patterns?
pattern we use. Okay, I have not told you, but here I will explain. In every pattern, whenever we make the molding sand mold, in every process we go for rammer. There I have just told, but here I am explaining that we use the rammer in every process. In every molding process, in every pattern we use the rammer. Okay. There I have not told, but in every process we go for this ramming process to make this compacts, right? So this is a follow board pattern. To support the weak pattern, we go for follow board pattern.
So there's
yes,
no cope
only I have shown the drag. Okay, cope is also there depending on the shape of the part or pattern. Cope will be also there. But to understand what is follow board, just I have shown the drag part, right? Next is loose piece pattern. Loose piece pattern. Now consider two simple shape. One is this, and second one is this. These are suppose 1 and 2 patterns. When we use this type of pattern, It is easy to remove this type of patterns. As we have seen in single piece pattern. When the pattern shape or size is very simple, then we go for single piece pattern. That part we have seen. But here we can see the loose pieces. This is the shape which is required in our final product. We need to provide this shape. But if you use the single piece pattern, like this, it is not possible to remove. It is not possible to remove when you use a single piece pattern. So in that case, what we do, we use this part as a loose piece. Okay, I will explain this. We use this part as a loose piece. Temporarily, we attach to this part. Now see how to prepare. First of all, take the flat surface. Then keep this part. Also, there are loose pieces, loose piece A and B. I am highlighting this. These are the loose pieces. These are just kept here. Okay. So before doing that, we will add the sand here also. Okay. First of all, we keep this. Then we will add the sand here also. Then we will keep this part. Suppose this is our drive. Sorry, just wait. Okay, before that, just see the example of this one. Here you can see. So earlier, the product shape, you can see here, the pattern shape like this. So what we do, first we remove this piece first, and then we remove this piece from here. Just I will explain one more time. What is loose piece pattern that we consider. Now in this, here it is a sand, molding sand. Now if it is suppose single product, a single pattern, all this, a single pattern. If you remove this, so what will happen? Sand from this portion will also get removed, right? So for that purpose, what we do, first we only remove this pattern. Okay, so first of all we will remove this, and after removing this, what we'll get? We will get this cavity. Here you can see this cavity. Here it is the cavity. Now after removing this first part, we will slowly remove this loose pieces. Once we remove these loose pieces, the final shape, what will get the final shape? somewhat like this final shape will get. Okay, have you understood? Or I will explain again. So just to remove these parts A and B, we go for loose piece pattern. When the shape is complicated and we need to add that shape, then only we go for this loose piece pattern. Have you understood? Again, I will explain. Should I explain again, or have you understood this part?
No, sir. We have understood it.
Yes. So for that purpose, we go first, we remove this part, okay, and then slowly from the cavity. So suppose after removing this part, here cavity is created, and then we remove this part from here, and then we remove this part from here, and we will get this cavity like this. So this is called loose.
Excuse me, sir.
Yep.
So the A and B are supporting parts kind of thing to support
Not
the initial cavity.
to support what? This cavity.
Yes, this cavity, when we first place the cavity, then A and B support it, na?
No, it is not used to support actually. It is used to make the cavity.
Okay, okay.
It is not supporting any part. It is just used to make the cavity. See here, second part here you can see. This is a simple product, right? We want to this product, we will get easily. But when our product shape is like this, here we want some extra projection. How to get that extra, how to get that extra projection? So we will get that extra projection by adding two small pieces here. Two small pieces, which are loose pieces, which are not attached to this original pattern. These are loose pieces. So we will get this pattern like this. First, we will remove this pattern. So cavity will be created. So such type of cavity will be created. Once it is created, by hand, we can remove these loose pieces from the molding side. Like this, we will remove. And we will get the cavity. So this is loose piece pattern.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Now the next is sweep pattern. When we use sweep pattern, when your product is axis symmetric. So what is axis symmetric? So axis symmetric is any part which is symmetric about their axis. Here you can see, here it is the axis, and there is a symmetry. Here you can see the shape of part. Now this is a shape. So red part is the shape. So that shape is same throughout the axis, throughout the one circular round. That shape is same. So in that case, we go for sweep pattern. So how to use the sweep pattern? Here you can see in this diagram. So this is our cope or drag. So this is the molding sand. Here it is the molding sand. And here you can see, here is the spindle. To the spindle, we have attached the sweep pattern. Here you can see this sweep pattern, which is made of wooden. So this is the shape of your product. Whatever the red shape, this is the shape of your product. What we do, we just revolve this. We will revolve this. Once we revolve, once we complete the one complete revolution, then we will get the final shape of our product. Understood? Whatever the part is there, if you take a glass, if you take the home utensils, generally they are axis symmetric, right? So they are symmetric about their axis. Suppose part shape is like this. So what do we make? We make the round, and finally we will get the shape like this, our complete cavity. Once we fill the molten metal into this, and we'll get the final. Have understood this sweep pattern? So what we can do in this, instead of making solid pattern, right? Suppose we want to make the cylinder. Let's take a simple example. We want to manufacture the cylinder. So what we can do? We can manufacture the pattern of exactly cylindrical shape, right? Then you can take the cope or drag. Suppose this is the drag. Then you can keep this pattern, cylindrical pattern, in this. Here we insert the sand, and then we remove this pattern, and we will get the cavity here, cylindrical cavity. That one thing you can do. But here what we have done, we have used the solid pattern. So instead of solid pattern, what we can do, you can just take a wooden plate like this, okay, and you can revolve like this. Here you can see the revolving, and you will get the cylindrical shape. Instead of solid pattern, by taking just the plate, you can make a circular round. So here you insert this, you attach this strip. Once you attach the strip, you revolve it, and you will get the circular portion, circular cavity you will get, and that is also used for preparing this cylinder. Understand? So either you can use a solid, or you can use a sweep pattern, that is strip only we can use, and by that sweep you will get the required cavity. So this is used to save the material of pattern. This sweep pattern is used to make this used to save the pattern material. Plus, only in one case you can use this sweep pattern, when there is a axis symmetric parts. Only in that case only we use this sweep pattern. Now the next pattern is the skeleton pattern. When the part size is very large, or parts are like pipes we want to make, and part size is very large, then we go for this skeleton pattern. So we have seen, when part size is small, then we go for solid pattern. But as part size is very large, so it is not economic to produce a solid pattern. Means what? If you want to produce a cast iron pipe, which size is suppose 1 meter and length is also very long, we want to produce this part. So to produce this part, if you make a solid pattern, so it will take more cost when we make this solid pattern. So it will have a more cost. To avoid that, what we do, so here you can see. So with the help of wooden strip, we make the skeleton. So here it is a skeleton. Whatever the shape of final pipe is there, we make the skeleton of this. Here you can see the skeleton of required shape. Once we make the skeleton, what we do? We insert the loam sand. It is a different than molding sand. We insert the loam sand into the skeleton. Here you can see loam sand is inserted. Now to make the circular shape, what we do? We use this trickle board. So what happens with the trickle board? We move over this and whatever the extra sand is there, we remove and we get the final circular shape. We get the final circular shape. See here, as we can use this loam sand again, okay, so there is no cost of this loam sand, but here is this, we need to make the solid pattern, so as this require more cost, but here we are using loam sand. What we are doing, just we are preparing skeleton. First we do the skeleton with the wooden strip. We generally use this wooden strips. Then we insert in the cavity in this loam sand. Once we insert the loam sand, we will get the pattern shape. And with this pattern, we make the cavity. Okay, that is the skeleton pattern. Instead of using solid, we go for skeleton. So when we go for this skeleton, when part size is very large, then only we go for skeleton. Very large, and that should be simple, like pipe shape, then only we go for skeleton pattern. So these are the types of pattern which we have seen today: match plate pattern, follow board, loose piece, strip pattern, and skeleton pattern. So we have studied these patterns. We are also going to study or came across these patterns while studying the types of casting. So there we will understand how to use this pattern while studying the types of casting. So different types of casting contains different types of pattern. So this part we will see at that time. Okay. Now the next part, that is materials of the patterns. So what are the what materials we can use in the pattern? Generally, if you visit any casting industry, they go for wood as a pattern material. So when there is a small batch or piece production means a single production. Batch or small production means from starting 2 to 1,000 products. Suppose product size is this, product number of product size is this, from 2 to 1,000, then we consider this as a small or batch production. Piece production means single production. If suppose production size is like this, then we prefer this, not prefer, we use this wood. Now in wood also there are different types of wood we use. So preference is given to the white pine. Why we give preference to this? Because this wood is easy for machining, this white pine. That's why we go for this white pine wood. So if it is not available, then we give the preference to the mahogany and teak wood also. But generally we go for white pine because it is easy for machining. We need to make the pattern, it should be easy for machining. That's why we go for white pine. But when there is a large production, we need to go for the metal as a pattern metal. Any reason? Can you guess any reason for this? Why we use wood?
It has durability, no? More durability than wood.
Okay, then any other reason? So when there is a large production, suppose there is a production of 1 lakh. So if you use the wood pattern, what happens? We use wood pattern repeatedly. So it may there is a chance of it may absorb the moisture, and when wood absorb the moisture, what happens? Wood size increases. You may have observed. Now you can see in this rainy season, what happens? Whatever the doors are there, their size increases. Why increases? Because they absorb the moisture. Due to that, there is we can observe there is a difficulty to close the door. Why? Because their size increases. Why their size increases? Because of the moisture. because of the moisture. So in molding sand we use the water. How to use the how to prepare the molding sand, that part we are going to see. So in molding sand we use the water. So why we use the water, that part we will see while studying the molding sand. So there is a chance of water to be absorbed by the wood, and as the moisture is absorbed by the wood, so its size changes. To avoid that error, when there is a large production, we go for metal. So that is the basic reason. Now in metal also we use the cast iron, then steel also, copper based alloys like brass, bronze, aluminum. Depending on the type of casting, like it is die casting or investment casting, depending on that we choose the metals. We also select the non-metallic patterns also, like thermosetting plastic or thermoplastic. Then if suppose there is an investment casting, then we go for using wax. While studying the investment casting, we will see this. We use the other non-metallic pattern, so like tin, wax. In large case, we also use the concrete also. We also use the wax. So these are the materials of pattern. Like depending on the situation, like whether it is a batch production, whether it's a large production, depending on the type of casting we use, so we select the type of material of the pattern. Okay. Next and very important point is the design of patterns. So this is our product, which is cylindrical, and there is a halo shape into this cylindrical shape. Let's suppose its outer diameter is 200 mm, inner diameter is suppose 100 mm, and its length is suppose 300 mm. So this is our final part, that is cylindrical part, cylindrical pipe, which is our final product we want to manufacture. We will take this example throughout this topic of design of patterns. So what are the main parameters? First of all, that we will study. So we neglect the fine details. We will see what are the fine details and all that. So if suppose the hollow shape is there, such type of hollow shape is there, then we need to go for core or core prints. Then now this is our final product. We need to make the pattern. So we have seen the definition of pattern. What is this definition of pattern? It is the replica of final product with some modification. We need to make modification in that. After making modification, so our pattern shape and part shape will look different. Then we need to also give the different allowances. So what that allowances, that also we will see. So these are the main consideration: neglecting fine details, using of core and core prints for hollow parts. Then we need to design the shape of pattern, and we need to give the different allowances. Okay, so now we will study these four parts in detail by taking a simple example. Now let's suppose our final product I am drawing the cut section of final product. So you have learned the cut section, sectional view in the engineering graphics, right? So consider this is a sectional view of our final product, whose outer diameter is suppose 200 mm, inner diameter is 100 mm, and its length is 300 mm. So this is our final product which we want to manufacture. And for manufacturing this final product, what we do first, so to manufacture this final product with the help of casting, we need to make the pattern first. How to make the pattern, that we will see. So in the slide, what we have studied, neglect the fine particles. So neglect fine particles, or fine particles means fine shapes, sorry, fine shapes. So what is fine shape? So here you can see this here. These are very, very small. So it is not economic to produce this shape with the casting. As these are very small, to make the pattern of this small, to make this shape on pattern, it's very costly. Here you can see. So as these are very small, so what we can do, so we can consider this part as a straight part. Consider there is no particles, there is no fine parts on this. So we have changed. Now see how we have developed this part. So it's a size, take the size, outer diameter is 200 mm, inner diameter is 100 mm, and its length is what? 300 mm. So what we did in the first development, this is the first development. What we did, we have neglected these fine parts. So once we make this part, this is second. What we can do by machining, we have the different machining processes, like we have the lathe machine, we have the milling machine, we have the grinding machine. By machining, we can make these fine parts. Instead of casting, by machining, we can make these fine parts. That will be more economical. Instead of making these fine parts with the casting, we go for what? We go for machining, right? Understood this first point? If there is a very, very, very small shape of any products, then neglect that. Now we have considered this part to manufacture, right? To manufacture this part, what we need to do? We need to select the pattern. So we have selected this pattern. Now this pattern is solid. We call it as a solid pattern. So with the help of this solid pattern, what we do? We create the cavity. Now just I will show a video and then I will go for the next explanation. Can you see this screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So here you can see the part. So this is our final product, right? So in this final product, you can see here it is hole which we want to make. And this is the outer part of our final product. Here you can see there is a hole and these are the extra projection. Now in this example, okay, these are not fine parts. Okay, these are large projection. So we need to make this large projection in casting itself. Okay. Now we need to make the pattern for this. How we make the pattern? So what is the shape of this product? Here you can see we have made the pattern. We have made this, we have used the split pattern. We have inserted the molding sand. Then we have inverted it. Then what we do? We attach the second part of the pattern. Then we insert the cope and molding sand. Then we remove this and we get this cavity. Now we need to make the hollow part. We have made the cavity, but we need to make the hollow part. So to make the hollow part, what we need to use? We need to use a core. So this is our core. Now see, this is our core, and to support that core, we have created the core print. So that part we will see. Just I will show you. Now we have kept the core. Once we kept the core, again we will keep the cope, and then we will insert the molting metal, and then we will remove this core. Just we are going to see the function of core. Coming to our part, here we have used this solid pattern. Next, so step by step we will learn this. So this is the drag. And this is the cope. So with the help of this solid pattern, we have created this cavity in this, right? So first we have created the cavity, whatever the required shape cavity we required, that created. But what we want this hollow shape. So to create that hollow shape, we use the core of diameter what? Of diameter 100. Why 100 mm? Because this diameter is 100 mm. Okay. Now we keep that core. We keep that core here. We keep that core, but whether this cope will withstand in this cavity, if you make this core of this much length, suppose we have made this core of 300 mm. Tell me whether this will withstand in the cavity, yes or no?
No.
So it will not withstand in the cavity. What we need to make? We need to make the length somewhat bigger than 300 mm. Just take this example. We need to make a large length core. Now, when we remove this, when we remove this, how we'll get the shape? Like this. Here you can get shape. And where, what is our core? This is our core. And then what we'll do? We make here getting system, and here it is the riser system. Okay. Once we pour the molten metal here, so it will start to fill. It will start to fill this cavity. Okay. And here also it will start to fill. Once it is get filled, so it will start to rise in riser. So once it is rise, then we will stop, and then we will allow to solidify. Okay. Once it is solidified, what we do? We remove this part from our product. Now see how our part will look like. Okay, so when we remove from the molten, when we remove from the mold, our part shape will be like this. So what is the red part? That is core. So by using hammer, we remove that core part, and we will get the one final product. Up to removing this core. So this is the basic process of core. Now how to design pattern. Okay. So today we will stop. Okay, in the next lecture I will show a video. There you will get a clear idea. Okay, so as we are going in deep, so it will be difficult to understand. So one by one we will see. Have you understood this? Why we use core? Why we use core? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Here you can see the core. So you may have some doubt in this. Definitely you will have doubt. Okay. Slowly we will clear that doubt. First we will understand the procedure. Then we will go for clearing the doubts. This is the core. Now we will see what are the modifications we need to make in the pattern. So in the next lecture. In the next lecture I will explain this again, and then we will go for modification of pattern. Okay.
Sir, excuse me.
We will stop today. So total 70 to 71 students are 71 it is showing. Okay.